Dang, that's a big L on my part. My bad. It's usually unmutes. My bad, guys. My bad. Guys, throw me some questions. Shelton is on the way. He's running a little late, he said. He said he had to close at work, but he is on the way. I am just sending out, letting people know that we are live. How's everyone doing tonight? We like the new background? Where is my Twitter? Eli, I know you got some questions, bro. Come on, throw them at me. Breakout player for 2025. I got a couple. I think that KD Daniels has a huge year this year. I think that he's going to make a massive impact. And honestly, I think that Cormani is going to break out this year. He's coming. I promise he is on the way. He said he's going to be running a few minutes late, but I told y'all I was starting at 9:10, so I'm here. But I promise I did not. This is not clickbait. I swear he is coming. Florida's recruiting is taking off massively. I mean, honestly, summertime Billy is a real thing. Yeah, I'm used for this. Oh, what's up, bro? I'm glad you made it in here. Yeah, bro. I think Florida's recruiting is definitely taken off, honestly, since Billy Napier has taken over. I mean, Dan Mullen did some recruiting, but the problem is that a lot of those guys didn't even make it to campus, and some of that wasn't his fault. I mean, there's some heart conditions and things like that. But I definitely think that, you know, Nape is a different animal when it comes to his recruiting. And I think when he gets 10 plus wins under his belt this season, it's going to get even crazier. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to that third running back spot is going to be kind of interesting, to be honest. You know, you got Trayon Webb and then you got KD Daniels that are going to be fighting for that spot. But I definitely, my man, let me go ahead and add him to the stage.
What up, big dog?
How we doing?
Doing well, man. Dude, I like that hat, bro. It's fresh.
Thanks, bro. I made it myself.
How'd you get a shirt made already?
You know, we just make things happen real quick.
Yeah, you just said you made the hat, so
yeah,
like,
I made the hat.
Logo.
No, a lady at work actually does like DTF sheets.
Okay.
And so she printed them out for me and brought them in today. And I was like, I wasn't expecting it, but I went in and heat pressed it on and got it going.
Good shit.
Yeah. All right. So I guess you can answer this question. Who's your breakout player for this year?
Ooh.
I'll let you know my answer. I said KD Daniels on offense, and I said Cormani on defense.
KD, I know. Going deep into it.
Yeah, I mean,
tough, man, with Trayon too, because Trayon's coming back.
I know. I think it just depends on the injury.
Yeah, he's been doing. I mean, I've heard a lot of great things about him. So I mean, I like, because it's hard for Jaden Ball to be a breakout. Like, he broke out last year.
Right.
Jacoby can't really break out. DJ can't break out. Breakout's tough for me because, like, I think I overthink it too much. Right.
Yeah.
Like Kermani, like that's a great pick because he didn't really break out. He kind of, I'll take Miles Graham. I think he's going to really step. Yeah, I think he's really going to, again, we heard about him, but didn't really. I think he's going to make a massive splash on defense. On offense, I think Aiden Mizell is going to have a monster year.
That's he's a good choice.
Being talked about a lot, and I think he's going to crush.
Right. I think that there was a lot of plays, like such as the Mississippi State play last year by him. I think that it got overshadowed by a penalty. But, you know, which play I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah, where he, like, broke, like, 9 ankles.
Yeah, and was just crushing everybody and scored a touchdown, and then it gets brought back. He's a good choice. I really like Aiden Mizell. Honestly, that is legit my go-to in NCAA 26. And so I don't know why I didn't pick him over KD Daniels. But yeah, I I think with Cormani, I think my thing with him, I'm actually probably 35 minutes away from Lakeland. So I
Okay.
went and watched him play many, many times. I talked about this actually on the last show and he was actually my spotlight player on my last episode, that I feel like with Cormani and him being in Colorado, I think that sometimes the lights aren't great for everybody. I know that publicity is great, things like that, but he just seems like he's at home here, if that makes
Sure.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I definitely feel like he can make an impact. And honestly, we know that, Devin Moore's injury history is unfortunately pretty strong.
Yeah, for sure. I think Hermione sees the field and sees it often and has a great game. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened in Colorado. That was an interesting one. Uh,
Right.
for as much that comes out and how there's so much transparency, I would say from Colorado
Hmm.
that we didn't get a lot out of that. I thought that would have been a great landing spot for him. I was actually excited for him. I thought, oh, better over Miami. Um, but yeah, very strange. I don't know if he could be a cultural fit too. Just didn't really, I
Right.
think that's a factor that people really don't take into consideration. And look, we're all a component of it. We kind of thrash on these kids a little bit when they change and transfer, but it's about feeling at home and feeling like, hey, I sat at the right table, and in the lunchroom, and that I get along with everybody here. If it's just not clicking, it's not clicking.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what happened either, but I feel like his, I don't know, the thought behind it. I think he saw Travis Hunter, and I think that he saw himself going out there and thriving. And all I know is I'm glad he's with the good guys now.
Yeah,
That's all
absolutely. And he looks good. He looks thick. So,
exactly. I said that on the last show too. I was like, this man has put on some muscle out there.
yeah.
It's insane.
So you asked who's our breakout on offense. Those are the guys I think who I would want, like who I would be pumped for, would
Right.
be Caden Jones at right tackle. If he's a breakout player, we got
And
we're cooking. Because then everything
that's what
else we
I'm
just said,
saying.
yeah, if everything else that we just talked about would be cruising if that right tackle comes to fruition. So I hope he is the breakout guy.
Exactly. Honestly, if we're being honest, I want the whole wide receiver room to be a breakout. I want it all to be a breakout. I want to see the ball in the air. I am pro air raid offense. Don't get me wrong. Listen, I love me some Jaden Ball, but I want to
Just
see
give me
that
some
ball get put
motion.
in the air.
Just give me honestly, give me a good like what Ravens offense was last year. Derrick Henry absolutely
Hmm.
ate when he needed to. But if Lamar needed to just flip a switch and drive down the football field and sling that thing, he could. That might I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good comparison of what we would like. That offense was
1,000%.
sensational. I
My
would
wife
also
is
give
gonna
a little
love
bit
that.
of yeah, like a little bit of Bengals offense too. They've always ran the ball very especially with Joe Mixon.
Oh
That's
yeah.
been a very high octane offense. If we could
I'm
compare
all
it
about either of them.
yeah,
Either of them. All right, I got some questions for you. We're gonna
let's hit
just
it.
see, and then some of these we answered already. But when did you become a Gators fan?
I was just kinda born into it. There wasn't really like a moment. I guess that's not true because I guess as a kid, you're just cheering and picking and choosing. I would say the moment where it was like everybody around me, like all my family and friends were Gator fans, and so you kind of like you wore it by just because you had to.
Right.
But the moment where it's like, okay, like I'm ready to rock is I went to the Florida Georgia game. It was Matt Stafford and No Sean Marino. It was '06. It was the year that we won the national championship where I think I went year prior to that, but that year I remember getting like the beads. I got like a back scratcher, gator claw, and I remember those beads were very monumental. They were like the good luck beads because I wore them for the remainder of the year. And obviously it
100%.
it paid off. So like that's a moment I feel like I can remember where it was like this is a cool team to be a part of when you can really kind of grasp it in your head.
Right. 100%. I was born into it as well. I mean, yeah, especially on my dad's side of the family, everyone is just absolute diehard Gators. I've
Sure.
said time and time again that I'm pretty sure my dad's first words were "Go Gators" and then "I love you." And so it's just, I
That's
mean,
how it
it's
is with my son. He's already knows what's up. He already knows the chomp chomp. So we'll see though. Like
exactly
again, like if you ask him in 20 years, 30 years, well, he'll say, I don't know. But
right. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure my cousin's in the chat right here. We went to our first game actually together, and I'm actually taking my son to his first game against Long Island this
Cool.
season. And
How old
we
is
went
he?
and got our face painted, and it was itchy, wanting to wash it off. And I think we've just been born into it. So
How old's your son?
he is 11. He's
Okay.
11,
Yeah.
will be 12 in December.
It's a good time to take him. I mean, my wife and I talked about taking mine. He's 2.5. And I was like, he's not gonna know.
Right.
It's gonna be a gauntlet.
Right, exactly. So my cousin, he actually has 2 boys that are right around my son's age as well, and all 3 of them are going, so it's gonna be a pretty cool moment. We went
That's all
to our first game, now they're going as cousins, so pretty sick. I can't wait.
too cool. Yeah.
So, next question. Who is your favorite Gator of all time?
Oh, it's Percy, man.
It's
Steven
Percy?
Harris is obviously in a different category now, getting to meet him, and I mean, he's on a brother level now. So it's again, we were talking about last time on the
Right,
show. Like, I don't really look at him like a Gator anymore because of how how close we are.
right.
Uh, but it's between him and Major Wright.
Mm,
I've met Major Wright, which has been really cool, and had him on the show. There's a weird not meeting them is kind of what makes it cooler in a weird way.
right.
It keeps the nostalgia and the mystery alive for me.
Mhm.
Meeting Major Wright and getting to he told it was what a pretty viral clip of ours about his story of when he leveled the Oklahoma guy. Like to be able to hear him tell it was a pretty iconic moment. I love Joe Hayden. I've had him on the show,
Of
so
course.
I got to meet a lot of these guys, which has been a cool thing. So you kind of guys that were, your icons, when you get to sit down and talk to him, it's like this is kind of cool. So yeah, it's Percy because he's still elusive. He
Right.
never knows where he's at, that kind of thing. So
100%. Yeah, mine would be Reggie Nelson,
yeah, that's
always.
a
I
popular one.
mean,
Yeah,
just I don't know what it was about him, just him flying around. It was absolutely insane to watch him play. Percy obviously is a good one. I got to meet Ahmad Black is one just because like with Lakeland being right there, I
yeah.
think it's someone him and Chris Rainey growing up just watching them play. I mean, Chris Rainey was absolutely unreal to watch in high school. I mean,
I'm
he was
trying to
a good.
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was gonna say he's a human joystick. He was just like no other.
Chris Rainey, I've met him a few times at some of the games. He's cool. He's a cool, very lighthearted, fun guy too. He's always running around. So
Big fishing guy, just likes to relax and kick it.
yeah,
Let's see. Shane's
I'm excited to try to find uh who's gonna be like. I want to find a favorite guy for like this team. Obviously,
right,
DJ Lagway is very exciting. And then again, the opportunity to talk to a lot of them changes a lot of things. Ada Mizell is probably one of my favorites because we've
right,
had him on the show. We've had his fat head. Anytime I've seen him, he's just been so open and just like it's like we've known each other forever. Every time I've seen him, and then his dad's been on. So there's a cool connection there. I love Jack Pyburn.
Oh, I know.
That
I
one
know. That
stung like a
sucked.
yeah, that one, and that's what sucks is he would have went down as easily one of my favorite Gators because Bowles
Right,
kid, local kid, got overlooked, fights, gets in it. Like he was like embodied like everything you love about a good football player. And
right.
they just stomped on me. And stomped on me. Just stomped on me.
I think my thing is like my favorite current Gator. It's hard, obviously, like you said. DJ is one that I feel like he's just like the easy choice, kind of like cheat code choice.
It's Tim
But
Tebow. Yeah.
I feel like George Gums, like him
Yeah.
just hitting anybody, and I mean, he
Yeah.
just you
Good one.
can tell that there's so much passion and so much
Dude.
just it's insane to watch him play, and it's crazy because of that D line. I feel like he's in the mix being talked about, but I'm like, I think that D line, I think we're going to talk about him a lot this year, a
Agreed.
lot,
It would
and
suck
so
if we only get him for, for 2 years. They obviously he had a life before us, if you will. My other
exactly.
favorite player forever and always will be Will Greer.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that's another one. It's like a Jack Pyburn where it just would just you but it says Jack Pyburn broke up with us, so it's better there.
exactly.
Will Greer got
Stolen
escorted
from
out.
us.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember sitting. I was at my son's doctor, waiting on him to come in, and my brother looks at me and he goes, "Bro, you're not gonna believe this." And I was
Yeah.
like, "What?" And he's like, "Will Greer got suspended." And I just sat there. I was like, "Oh my." it's over for us. It's over. We had a chance.
Downfall. That was the beginning of the downfall. Nobody wants to
It
see
was.
that.
It was. And then the unspoken of Marco Wilson throwing the shoe.
Yeah, that just
and
kind
the
of
cleat.
capitalized on it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So, okay, which room are you most excited for this year?
Ooh, man, probably, and it's not sexy, but it's the offensive line. I mean, it's if that
Right.
comes together, the rest of the room that everybody wants to be excited about, myself included, the sexy parts will be
Mhm.
successful. That room is what's going to allow us, in my opinion, to get to that playoffs. If the
Right.
trenches can hold up and DJ Lagway can just, I mean, it doesn't have to be what in our craziest dreams, what we think he can be. He doesn't have to be that. That's what makes his team so electric is that it's in a very healthy place that you just need a just well-mannered quarterback to go in like a JJ McCarthy-esque at Michigan. Like, just don't mess up. Like,
Right.
JJ didn't do a lot, right? He could turn it on when he needed to be. DJ's not going to be that, but I think that that's how well-rounded this team is. And then you add in the DJ Lagway. That's where this excitement comes in for this team. If that O line is clicking, the right tackle is clicking, we know how we run the ball every year, and the O
Right.
line hasn't been up to 100%.
Exactly.
We saw last year what DJ was able to do on half a leg, and the O line looking at its peak, right, on what we were able to do. It's going to be dangerous if those things
Right.
are clicking.
I think the O-line is obviously like that. I just want to see DJ stay upright. I don't want to see him out there running for his life. And like you said,
Yeah.
I was watching, y'all's show about just talking about the snaps and how just massive that even on the defensive line, like that's what I'm most excited for is a defensive line. I want to see those boys get at the quarterback. I do not want to see, I think the big thing is, and I just looking at just, the recent past, anytime we go against a mobile quarterback, it seems to hurt us. And like Marcel Reed, I want to see these boys fly around. I want to see them grab a hold of them. I want to see how this team comes together because both offense and defense, they have so many snaps together now that I think that there's something that comes along with that. Whereas you have an FSU and LSU who, yes, they're bringing talented players in, but how well are they going to gel together? How well are they going to know how that next man, is going to move with them and gel with them and open up, because it's not just a one-man thing. I'm not a big fan of building out of the transfer portal. I think it's just a set for failure. And so even if you are, like I know we built with Tyreek Sapp, George Gums, we brought him in, but we brought him in where they had time to build together. And so that's why this year, I just want to see these boys fly around. I cannot wait to see. Tyreek Sapp bench pressing the other day had me ready to run through a wall.
Yeah.
Absolutely ready to run through a wall. And so, yeah, both sides, offensive line and defensive line, I can't express it enough. I'm like, the trenches got to be locked and loaded.
They got to be dialed. They got to be fired up. And look, I think a lot of collegiate teams struggle with the quarterback just running. It just not a lot of teams where you've got to be a well-rounded defense. You've got to have fast linebackers, which I believe we do. The edge rushers obviously are evolving to be more of an elite athlete than just a kind of a slimmed up defensive lineman. And so I think we have that, and then I think we have phenomenal nickel players in Aaron Gates and Sharif Denson that aren't afraid to level somebody and come off with some speed. So we're in a good place. And look, our mobile quarterback still got to get his. That's fine.
Right.
It's just we didn't really have much of a counterpunch to it last year either.
Right.
At the beginning of the season, anyways.
I think my thing with DJ is that a lot of people want to compare him to Tebow, which I get it because I'm an old head, I guess you'd say. So I remember like very well, like my main younger days was watching Tebow. And I think a lot of people want to compare him to him, but I think that Lagway throws better than Tebow by a lot. And for me, if you tell me that Lag ends the season with in the mid 4,000s or so passing yards and he's low rushing, I'm perfectly fine with it because that means something big is happening. Lead the running in ball's hand.
Thousands, my guy. We gonna be cooking.
Listen,
we gonna be cooking.
I'm telling you right now. I don't know, but I'm just going out there and say I think that this team is good. This offense is going to be really special. Like I truly think that this offense. Billy might Billy, but
we're good. We're
yeah,
good.
we are good. We're good. I'm off the Fire Billy train. I'm off of it now. I was on it. I got to show you something. I got to show you something. Now. I wore this into the swamp, just so you know. I caught a lot of attention wearing this, but I did wear it into the swamp.
Wow, you're hot.
Yeah, I was so mad. It was right after Miami. I'm gonna be honest with you. And then
I mean, look, then yeah, you were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were warranted for that. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, people were with me, and then honestly, I can't get rid of it though because I'm like it kind of turned around. So now I'm like it's like superstitious in me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe at the championship parade you can Billy sign it. That might be.
Yeah. My cousin said that. He's like, you got to get Billy to sign it, and I was like, okay, I got to keep it. I was gonna get rid of it. I pulled it back out. I was like, nah, I got to keep it. I got to keep it. Yeah. And now Billy got me fired up to spot the ball. I'm like, oh man, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid again. I'm right back in it. I'm like, let's go.
That's what's
I'm ready to go.
It's all about.
All right, let's see. It's gonna be a two-part question. Okay. Which game are you least excited for this season? Which I know it's a tough one. Nah, but which are you most excited for?
Yeah, it's got to be USF. Long Island, I'm excited for because the first game of the season. It's a night game, so I'm fired up for it. Again, I'm excited for all of them, but yeah, USF is just like a weird one. Like it's right in the middle of again first pick. I mean, it's an easy pick of why it's my least favorite of right. The ones. People would probably say Long Island, but I'm pumped for that one. I don't know what I want to see us put up 90. You know what I mean? So that's what has me fired up for that game. And then most excited, you said?
Most excited for?
It's got to be Texas, and I'm
right.
It's so close. I think people love for the Miami one. I mean, I would love for it, but it's just if you ignore the fan base, the ignorance on Twitter, it doesn't like. I don't really care for it too much. Like I would love to beat them. Don't get it. I want to beat them, but
of course,
there's a rivalry being born with Texas, and that's with just the Arch Manning battle that's happening. Like this is something special. Right. And we could really have something really cool happen in the swamp week 5 or week 6, whenever it is. And it's also, I believe, a big catalyst for how the recruiting class can go. So it 100%. Is by far the most exciting game for me this year.
We got to go get JJ back. Well, not back, but we got to go grab him. You know, he's bouncing around, so we can go grab him.
Yeah.
I think for me, I agree. USF has got to be. I mean, we were going to go to that game instead of the Long Island game. But you know, first game of the season, bro. You got to get the. I know. Yeah, we went to Stanford last year.
The buzz is going to be well. That was still okay because we were like we needed a breath kind of game.
Right.
Long Island's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts.
Because, I cannot wait.
Yeah, like it's going to be one of the most electric, non-caring game. The only downfall is it's not a downfall because the games are early, but that slated games that week.
I know.
Incredible.
I know. And I'm going to be in the swamp when it's going down. I'm like, Texas, Ohio State is right when I'm in the swamp.
I think it's at noon or it's at 7.
I don't know when that one is, but I know that I'm going to be up. I'll be up there tailgating. And
yeah, I think we're working on putting a big tailgate together. And
are you going to be at the game?
Yeah. The wife and I are going. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
It's the only game that I'm going to be actually going to because I've got a baby on the way.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it's gonna be tough. I mean, I might get down there the end of the year, like Tennessee, Florida State. But
yeah, my wife and I are talking about going to the Florida Tennessee game. Myself, my 2 cousins, and my brother are going to the Florida Texas game.
Okay,
and
that's where my kids do like right around the Texas game. It's brutal.
Okay, yeah, that could be good luck.
Texas, Ohio State play at 12. Tennessee, Syracuse play at 12, which is another great game that I was excited to see. I think Bama and FSU play at 3:30. So that'll be ending as we're heading in. And I mean, more likely it'll probably be over by then. There was a good game, though, I think, at 7:30 along with us.
Clemson, LSU? Yeah, that's what it is. That's 7 o'clock. I keep forgetting that it's a Big Ten market, so they put everything at 12 because that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Yeah, that I think for the most excited, obviously, same as you said, Florida, Texas. I think that I can't talk too bad. My buddy's in here; he's a big Texas fan, but and he knows how I feel on it. I think that I've expressed it a lot. I want to see how Arch does when he doesn't have a fallback plan. When he doesn't, if something goes wrong, it's not like, hey, put Quinn in. Get Quinn in the game. And I get it; they're loaded over there, but that's
We're gonna
his
find out
squad
week
now.
1. We're gonna see it week 1.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And I mean, I said this too. I'm like, they got to stretch there. They got to play Ohio State. They got to come to the Swamp. I mean, that's a nasty 2 games right there. You're going to
They get
find
punched
out
in the mouth quick. Yeah.
exactly. I mean, that's a very quick punch in the mouth. But yeah, I think the other one too is hard because I think it's 1A and 1B being LSU. I want to see DJ in Death Valley.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot riding on that game. It kind of sets the tone. It's the true start of how we're going to handle this. And we talked about it last night on the show with Stephen Harris of like, look, we haven't still proven we can go win on the road.
Exactly.
And I mean, this is going to be, if you can go win LSU at night, which is, I believe, the hardest place to play
Right.
at all college football at night, including the Swamp, you got something.
I'm going to tell you right now, we walk into Death Valley and we win.
Oh,
I'm going to get pretty ignorant.
I'm
gonna get pretty ignorant.
Oh, the streets are gonna burn. Oh,
yeah, it's gonna get real ignorant. I'm gonna tell every single lie that there's to say. DJ's winning 3 straight Heismans. It's gonna be
the timeline's gonna be gross.
Oh,
yeah, I feel bad. I'm warning them now.
Oh man, I can't. This season, I feels like I know it's right there, and I've probably said about 815 times over the last 3 weeks. I'm like, I just can't wait. I can't wait. I'm like looking at countdowns. I'm just like, it's bad.
I'm ready.
It's so bad. All right, let's see. What's some other questions I have for you? I just honestly, I guess my big question is, what do you think needs to happen this year, realistically, for this season? There's a couple of things. We'll start with the first one. How many wins do you think we need for Billy to stay?
So I think if he wins 8, he'll stay. But he has to win 8 and not 8 including a bowl game. It's got to be 8 within the season.
8 in the regular season.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's where I would be okay with 5 losses because I did it last night. No. I think there's 7. I do percentages where Florida I think is an 80-20 favorite to win. So you got to, in my opinion, you got to find 2 more wins. And I think 9 wins is it should be the floor. But the question you said, what does Billy do to keep his job? If he wins 8, people are going to be probably pretty frustrated. But it depends on those 5 losses. But I don't see him again. 8 would be tough just because of this team. But I don't think he would lose his job, especially if we won some big ones in there, and you would have to. But yeah, 9 is the ceiling or the floor for me, and I think 9 gets us to where everything we want to go. 9 gets you to the playoffs. 9 secures everything because once you're in the playoffs, something else really matters. You just got to get there, and then you play football at that point. It's like making March Madness. Just give me to the dance, baby.
Right. I agree. I think I've said that I think that anything below 9 he goes, but I don't know. 8, I think 8 or 9, especially if it's 9 and he say it's a first round exit out of the playoffs. I think in that range right there, he has to hire an OC, like a legit OC that it's offseason.
Honestly, it just depends on what happens. Well, they put up 40 points and lose by 45-50. Like it's like there's so many. Like it's hard to make it. It's not as black and white as we would like to make it because there's just so many factors that could happen. And again, like we'll you'll know what it is pretty quickly. Like this part has to change. Because and look, honestly, everything else has been changed except that part. Even though Ethan Callaway's been named the offensive coordinator, so we'll see how that plays a factor. But if he wins 9, he's even with the first round exit, he's fine. And because if you go win 8 and you win the playoff or win your bowl game, then you're 9-5. Like you kind of get through that. But you don't really want to waste a Lagway. At that point, you'd probably be a little
100%.
concerned of people, right? Um,
Right.
it's tough, man. There's a lot of pressure because it's the bubble's there. It's bound. It's time to happen. Time to make it work.
Yeah, I think a big thing is that with Callaway, from everything I've seen, he's a very pass heavy offensive minded guy.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could be completely wrong. I think that he's going to be the eye in the sky for passing, and then Billy is going to be the guy for the running. Billy just seems to know how to cook up a running offense. He's been pretty good at it. I think it's going to be a great mixture, and if that's why I'm kind of big on it, because if Russ is a part of if he's a part of that passing offense, I'm like, okay, because everything it seems like he's got it dialed. But again, you know, Silk said this on his show that in all reality, I think that Lagway is a talent that he can outplay bad coaching. In all reality,
Sure.
And so I don't know. Yeah, I don't like. I keep saying stuff about the injury thing, but I need to stop saying that because I feel like that's
Yeah,
just putting.
yeah, we could look, those things are uncontrollable. You can't like it's just part of the game. Like it's you can't think about it. It is what it is. I also again I still think like I mean Lagaway is what allows for this team to be extremely uh effective,
Elusive. Mhm.
right? Extremely elite, I believe. If he were to go, I do feel very comfortable with again, I said before, like if you bring in a Harrison Baylor, Ada Warner, it's like, hey, just don't F this thing up.
Right.
Like they could still go win a handful of games if that were like that. Again, I think DJ wins you about 3 or 4 more than what you would expect. I mean, and it allows for you when you make a playoff. That to me is the big factor. Is in a playoff, you need a playmaking quarterback that can do something special. That
Right.
and in a big time moment, a big time game, lights are bright, 2-minute drive. That's where DJ is going to be DJ. But the way
Exactly.
that system, what I've seen with Billy, like if he gets in his flow state and his play calling's working and everybody's doing their job, I mean, damn, you could just put me back there and that offense is gonna run. Like I'm not to that point, but like that's how like efficient it can be when that thing is clicking, dude. It's
Right.
hard to keep up with. But if it
Right.
gets off the rail, that's the problem. But even if it is flowing, you have the other team that's doing their job. And again, that's where DJ comes in. If you got to drive, you need a big play, a big time moment. That's where he's so special that that's what's it's gonna keep us in every single football game. No
Right.
question.
It's the plays like being in Tennessee last year, 10 seconds left, throwing a touchdown,
Yeah. Yeah.
to Shamir
That
DK.
nobody play calling, no like that's DJ Lagway and having talent around him and just not being afraid to ball. Like
Right.
that is the difference maker. And you're gonna and look in this schedule, that's gonna be those like I said, I think we could probably get through 6 of the games with a Harrison Bailey because I think of how good this team is around him. And I think that
Right.
they'll roll. Those other 5 teams, you need DJ Lagway. You need him for all of the games. Don't twist the words. I don't want people twisting my words here,
No,
but
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And I think that's the way I feel. It's tough with the orange and blue game because I feel like they go out there to make the offense look really sexy, and they're like, "Oh, look, we got
not
deep."
in
I
years
mean, it did look sexy, but I'm saying
no, not in years past though.
true.
It looked like dude, I mean, we had 13-10 one year. It was like,
Right.
what's going on here?
That's
That
true.
was a
But
better
I think
team
that there's
defensive look.
also I've been a I've said it a lot that I feel like the orange and blue game, whatever kind of doubts we have going into that season, I think we kind of show that in the orange and blue game, like, oh no, 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 like we're good here, we're good here, we're good here. But this year, it actually is perfect because one of the questions is how much of an impact will the freshman receivers have this year? And after the orange and blue game, I'll let you take the floor. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I mean, that's been Billy's MO is getting you involved early on, especially if you have the ability to be on the football field. He's not afraid to burn a the red shirt because I think that also speaks to how we're able to maintain and keep guys in from not leaving. So Dallas Wilson and Vernell Brown will see the field and be extremely impactful. And if they're not, I mean, you're still going to be very excited because that means that the other guys are stepping up. And look, it's going to be a thick room. The big thing now is that where I'm excited is like if Eugene went off the football field like last year or even just 2 years ago, it was his freshman year. It was like it was Ricky Pearsall. The guy was in an island, and it was like we got nobody to throw to. Hopefully, maybe Khalil makes a big play. If he comes off the football field now, like you're like who like no, there's no slowing down, right? Like if you take off Studerman and Aiden Mizell comes in, and you take off VB or Eugene to put in VB3, and then you take off someone else and put in Dallas Wilson. It's like where do we go? Like that's how ridiculous this lineup is.
That's it's so deep that I feel like I think that's the reason that the offense is going to be so dynamic this year is that you really don't know. I mean, there's weapons on every single spot of the field. And just like another question was who gets pushed out. Honestly, I don't know that anybody gets pushed out. I think it's a great rotation that you're able to just, that's Billy's been known to do that, do a rotation of backs and, putting anybody in. But I don't know. Maybe
I think
Tank May.
Yeah, I mean, Tank and Abrams, those guys, I feel like I don't want them to be, but I mean, I just don't know. Like, right? Like, I mean, I kind of put them all in that same category of VB3 and Eugene. So now maybe they're utilized more in special teams and they can kind of find a spot. Maybe we rock a little bit more 4 wide and we see 2 slot guys go out there more than they are getting somewhere. Like, we don't know, right? Like how they're going to be utilized. It's a good problem to have. I'm not worried about people getting pushed out right now. If they get pushed out, then it's for good reason. The wide receiver room is extremely young. Even Aiden Mizell, he's a redshirt sophomore, so he technically has 2 more years under his belt. And we could really go into next year with the exact same wide receiver room minus Studervant. Like that's how elite it is. And we haven't mentioned Nashawn Montgomery or Mizzou Tunkara. Like those guys haven't even been spoke about yet.
I know. And the thing about Nashawn is I've said this. I've been very, very high on him. And I know it's hard because when I say this, a lot of people are like, well, what about Dallas? What about VB? I get it. But I think that Nashawn has a very, very special talent. I watched him as well.
Dude at the Orange and Blue game.
What's that?
Montgomery was a dude at the Orange and Blue game.
100%.
He got hurt, but he was eating before he went down.
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to high point a ball. And I think whenever you get him and Dallas Wilson on that field at the same time, good gracious. I mean, like you said, it's a great problem to have. And Eugene Wilson is another one that it's just when he's healthy and he's out there, massive impact. And I don't know. Honestly, it sounds so bad because I know like everyone's like, you're biased. I'm like, I am. But this offense just looks crazy to me, just top to bottom.
It's in a special place for sure.
I'll give you one more question. I know you gotta go soon.
Yes, sir. No, you're good.
What do you think needs to happen for us to get into that? I'll give us top 5 class recruiting wise this year.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. Even with, I mean, if Florida goes out and does some special things, just the amount of money these guys are spending is asinine. If you look at the top 5 right now, I mean, they're up there. They're in the 290s, close to 300, like all of them are. And so I don't, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I just don't know if Florida's a young team. Like they would have to go get 28, 29 guys to be in that conference. I don't know if they go do that. They'll probably finish with 23, 24, which would be a phenomenal. If they finish with 23 and 24 and get the guys we think they can flip, that would be the best class Billy has recruited to this point. But it still may not be a top 5 class, is my point.
Right.
So again, it's like, and for the first time, I'm like, that would be completely fine with me because like you got a team like USC that has 35 commits. You've got, and I think Florida's done a good job of retaining their team, and so like you got to take those things into consideration. And it's well, Sean, how's Alabama? I don't know how Alabama those guys do it. I don't know. They get like 29 every single year, so that's what they do. Could we get into that conversation? Absolutely, no question about it. But I don't know if that will spend it just to be up there, just to be up there. Yeah, our punter's a dude. Our punter from Michigan was I wouldn't say recruited. I think Johnny Townsend's agency, obviously, who was our punter, like represented him. Like he's the one that was like, "Hey, this kid's really good." And I saw him punt at the orange and blue game, and at this point, I didn't know that him and Johnny were like together. And I was standing next to Johnny and Balin, and I was like, "That kid's got a leg." And he's like, "Oh yeah, kids like he punted it up. I went down and tied my boots and looked back up, and it was still floating. Like that kid, I was thoroughly impressed. Crawshaw obviously was drafted into the NFL, which is a special treat. So do we get a draftable punter? I don't know. I mean,
I hope he's on
that's
the
one.
sideline a lot. I hope he's on the sideline a lot. I hate it for him, but I hope he does not see the field a lot.
Oh, I was like, I thought about Crawshaw. I was like, he better be at work.
No, no,
No,
no,
yeah.
no, 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 no,
I
no.
hope we don't know who our look. Well, those Townsend boys, we knew who they were because when they did come onto the football field. It was like having like again, like he in his Instagram, our new guy from Michigan has this as fourth down quarterback. Like they were a game changing player. They could flip a field where those guys came in and it's like they're keeping us in it or allowing us to take on a big moment because they are just hitting absolute little wedge shots to the 5-yard line.
100%. I mean, those guys, you never knew when you called a fake punt for them. I mean, they're kind of like the Pat McAfee in a sense. They want to
Yeah.
go out there and they're trying to lower the shoulder. And there's times like, hey, we still need you.
Yeah, they're dudes. Little brother's still playing. He's at Titans or Texans.
Texans.
Yeah.
Texans. Okay, so one more question and we'll wrap it up with you giving a shout out to the media day coming up on Sunday.
Yes.
Who is the one player that is not currently in our class that either you want to go get or you'd like to flip?
I like Vonnie Cleveland a lot.
Big time.
He's good. He's good, man. He's electric. Like when you watch him on the film, it's like, wow, that guy he's a day one guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is like what Colin Simmons is at Texas, in my opinion.
Right.
He's what Harold Perkins is at LSU.
100%.
That's the kind of guy that I think he can be.
That's him or Trenton Henderson. I'm like I need one of them to come on over.
Yeah, I don't think Trenton's a foot, but maybe could be a take.
No, that bag is too big over there. He's not coming. He's not coming this way.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question. What exactly is going to be at the media day? What's going on? So if you want to answer that and shout it out, and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, of course. This Sunday at Magnitude Brewing in Gainesville, Florida from 2 to 5, we're doing our own little independent media Gator Day where it's going to be me, myself, that's the same people, the Hightop Sports crew with Stephen Harris, Swolder, Rook, and then Stadium and Gale with Silk and Dan and Nick Delatorre, and then Gators Breakdown with some smaller content creators. Allie, I believe she'll be there as well. And then football players, Pup Howard, a few others will be there. Stubbs will be there. A couple more. I'm slipping my mind at the moment. But yeah, the idea of it is to kind of have like a panel for us at first for like 30 minutes or so, where the content creators will have a panel. And then we're going to kind of sit down and interview a selection of players. I think there's like 9, I think. So we're splitting them up between the 3 of us and then hanging out, meeting people, chit chat, meeting the players, grabbing a bite to eat, drink, all that good stuff. So just kind of like it's like a pre-tailgate to the season.
And tickets will be on sale up into the event, or is there a day it cuts off?
I think so. Yeah. That's a Silk question. They're kind of running that part, but I would imagine so. I don't see why we would shut it off.
Sweet.
Unless we hit capacity. That would be the only thing that I would think would cut it off.
Right. Well, I think the wife and I are going to come on up.
Love it.
We're like 90% sure right now, but I'm pretty sure we will be there. So
cool,
I'll
man.
look forward to meeting you and,
Cool,
so yeah, I really appreciate you, man. Truly. Thank you for coming on and just, hanging out. You definitely hung out longer than you said you were. So I really do appreciate that, man. I really do. It means a lot.
It's all good, man. When I started this, I had people that came on the show and it's a huge thing that when you're able to talk to somebody and get into part of the group, if you will. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's the only thing, man. Is like I'm big about just passing it on. So you keep at it, this thing will grow like a weed. Gator Nation's incredible, and one day there'll be someone else that says, "Hey, maybe you come on my show," and that's all you got to do. You just keep on moving it on. So I've been blessed and fortunate enough that people said yes to me and probably shouldn't have. and we've been able to have some success. But yes, Shane, some of it, the panel will be streamed. The player interviews will not, but they'll be posted later on throughout the weeks. Is the idea behind it.
Sweet. Well, yeah, man. Again, I really appreciate it, and
sure, man.
yeah,
Thanks for
I
having
mean,
me. It
of course,
takes kahunas to ask and to
yeah,
be on top of it and be persistent like you were. So much respect and credit to you for being on top of it.
yeah. I'm trying my best. I'm like, I told my wife, I was like, I got goals for this, and I want get the subscriber count up, and I'm not just trying not to get discouraged and just keep it, just keep making content, keep pushing it out. Like I said, we were Friday night putting this on the wall right here just to make a better background. So,
oh, no, looks good. Look, consistency is going to be the biggest thing, man. That's what separates everybody else. It's not, I'm not better, faster, smarter. I just show up the same time every single day. I mean, we've been showing up on Wednesday at 8:35 for 4 years. That
right,
is, and then other things have obviously added, but we've missed 2 shows in that time. One, I was on a cruise. The other one, my flight got delayed from Vegas, and I just did it on Thursday. I've done
right,
sick, had a baby. Like we ain't missing a show.
right.
And that's the biggest advice that I can give you. Everything else, bro. I mean, you look phenomenal. Not like
I
you like
appreciate
in a
that.
weird way, but like your mic, like the setup's great. Like that's sometimes half the battle. Like you can get discouraged if you don't like how you look.
Right.
Your setup's great. And so when you look good, you feel good, you play good, and you want to be excited when you do it. And look, what makes it so easy for me and why I don't get burnt out is this is sick.
Right.
I mean, what am I getting mad about? Like I used to early on, I would get frustrated and upset if the views didn't go like I thought they should, or a video didn't do as well as I thought it would, and I feel like I put a lot of energy and time into it. That's stupid. I mean, you're gonna have a video that you don't think pops off, and then you're a video that should pop off. It just is what it is. Like you just in this world, nothing lives forever because it's new. So it has a very short window to live. It's I call it evergreen content. Evergreen content is what can live forever, right? Like Mr.
Mhm.
Beast type stuff. You can always come back to it. We don't have much of that in this world because it's all news cycle. So the good in that is that you always got something to talk about. You're always fresh. The
Mhm.
bad in that is if you're not timely, you could miss it, and it just is what it is. So be patient, enjoy it. Um, it's fun, man. When it gets a little bigger, there's a little more problems with it too. Times that can get a little
Understood.
stressful. So
Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, I'm gonna talk about the Gators anyway, so I may as well just, click record and put it on the internet and see where it
amen.
can go. And
Amen. Look,
so,
you can get comfortable, don't worry about the eyeballs. You can see how many people are watching live. That can be a little bit of a distraction too at times. I definitely got sucked into that. Look, all the things I'm telling you, you're gonna do them anyways. That's just human nature.
right.
But even from time to time, like I have expectations on a show on a certain day. Like, man, the show's got to be big, and I'll put pressure on myself for it to be something that it's not. Like it doesn't. Like again, I don't control that, right? I can only can do what I can do. And just go be me. That's been the biggest thing, and I've honestly it's been therapeutic for me because I've really found out who I am. Like you're putting yourself out there, you're vulnerable. People are gonna comment, people are gonna take jabs, and I get emotional still, but at
Mhm.
times it's you'll learn a lot about yourself if you allow it, if you open up and let it come in. But man, you got the contacts. You got any questions or anything like that? Feel free to jab at it. I'm bad about Instagram, so
I know. I tried to, like I told you that one day, the day on your live, I can't. You don't have like your message thing on
yeah,
your
like
X.
yeah. I think I followed you on Twitter though, didn't I?
Mm, no, you didn't.
Damn, that's messed up.
It's all right though.
What is it?
At least only 10 people on there on here checking. Knowing you said that.
TV and a hole.
It's
It'll get clipped. They'll post it.
Yeah,
Which
it's okay.
which
No,
one?
my ex is it's IYAAG podcast.
Oh, there it is. Follow back. Bam.
I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah, I was like, I retweeted everything. Why didn't I follow you back? That's my bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. No, I mean, I appreciate the time, like I said, and I've had a guest on here, so you're my first guest. I mean, I guess, I swung really big, and now I'm like,
I mean,
Stephen Harris actually slid into my DMs on X, and I was like, hey, if you're trying to come on, I got room for you.
I'm sure he would. I'm sure he
Yeah.
would.
I mean,
Just
he's a big Gators fan.
Put this up and say, hey, since Stephen Harris doesn't give me a signed jersey, say he's got to come on the show. We'll call it even.
There we go. I saw him giving you a hard time. I seen the jersey behind Cody, and I was like, I knew it was coming. I knew he was gonna give you the hard time. But no, man, yeah. I appreciate it. If you want to shout out your stuff, I know there's not a lot of people in here, but tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, man. Hightop Sports is basically just on everything. Shoot Dave a message. Dave will come on. Dave loves hopping on. The whole crew is very very they're all about it. They love it. So I don't think there's anybody that wouldn't come on if you wanted to bounce an idea or a thought or a conversation off of. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I want to get others on. It's hard when you do it by yourself. You're just kind of talking to yourself, and I know I sound crazy to my wife and my son, but I just want to.
It's a little weird talking to a camera for sure. You got it's like, hey, coaches, you got to have a little screw loose to do this thing. All right.
Exactly.
I'm sitting here talking to this person, this camera, like it's about to talk back to me. You know what I mean? You've seen it. So look, keep the when you're doing one-on-ones, keep it short and sweet. Don't overdo it. Don't overthink it. Don't push yourself.
Right.
You can get a little lethargic when you do that. But yes, it is very easy, much easier when you have somebody a backboard, if you will. That's why I love Cody. Cody's a phenomenal backboard and a good one. Him and I've talked about that. I was like, dude, you're a phenomenal Robin. Own the Robin.
100%.
That was a big thing too when I first started. I don't know if you saw when we first started. I had my guy Holly on.
Right.
Part of why it was so successful is that neither one of us wanted to be the first one to say no. Like there's plenty of Wednesdays we were like, I don't want to do this, but no one wanted to be the loser that said, hey, I can't do it. And so that was a big thing too, because there's no one holding you accountable right now.
Right.
You don't show up. It's just you being mad at yourself. You know what I mean?
I mean, I watched y'all's stuff back when y'all were BDE podcast. So
yeah,
I saw your stuff way back. I was scrolled back and watched, a while ago. So, but yeah, man.
Stuff. Yeah, that was,
Yeah. So, I appreciate it. Like I said,
sure.
thank you for coming on. Thank you everybody, seriously, for tuning in, hanging out with us. Again, Media Day, Sunday, get your tickets. It's in Gainesville, right? That's where it's up in Gainesville.
Yeah. Bro, 10 on your first live is huge. I remember when we went live our first time, like that's massive.
Right. I went live for the KJ Ford commitment and I was like freaking out. I was like, there's people watching me comments and I'm like, I don't know what to do here. And so this one I can't live and like pacing the house and everything. I'm like, all right, you got to be good. You got to be a good host here.
You crushed it, man. You did a phenomenal. I feel like you've been doing this forever. So good job, man. Thank you for having me again.
Of course. I appreciate it. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. And you guys know what it is. If you ain't a Gator, y'all know the rest. Have a good night.